answering a few of your questions that we've managed to gather from Facebook, Twitter, and obviously Twitch chat, where you guys have all been active in asking some fantastic questions. So, you guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Let's bring it on. Okay, so let's look at the first question. This is from N Knight. Is there a platinum medal after the gold medal? Is that available?
So it's a little bit of a secret, but there actually is a platinum medal after the gold medal. So that one is only available when you reach a certain level, and that will give you access to the best parts that there is in the game.
Ooh, so almost like a hardcore mode then, like we were saying before.
Exactly.
Great. So the next question we've got is from Urban Daz, and it says, will we be able to download libraries that other players have created in the game and place them in our cars?
Oh, all right. So the question is there like some sort of user-generated tool to create some liveries for cars? So unfortunately, there is nothing planned as of yet, but that's definitely something we want to bring. The reason why that's difficult is basically we have to make sure that licensors approve of those stickers, but we're working on subtler ways so that we can make that happen and bring the work of the community into the game.
Very nice.
Yeah, but that's what's needed in these type of games. You have to engage them, otherwise it's well, the community builds the game as well once it's been released.
I've had a lot of questions about car customizing as well.
But I can tell you though that there'll be plenty of customization options to choose from right from the start.
Already.
So when it comes to paint jobs, there are actually a lot of different categories that you can have. So metallic paint jobs, matte paint jobs, of course the official colors, like the manufacturers dream their car to be. But you also have access to iridescent and anodized colors as well. So that's from the very start a lot of colors to choose from already.
Fantastic. On to the next one. This is from Scarbot. It says, I've seen on the game's website the different setups for the cars, such as circuit, rage, street, etc. Are those the only customizations, or can you add on whatever parts you want?
It's actually only the first layer. So the first time you buy the car in the game, it's gonna be the full stock vehicle, all right? But what I can tell you is that fairly soon no one will drive them but the purists. So obviously someone who wants the hardcore experience driving that that BMW just like he does in real life will be able to do it and set the handling options to hardcore to remove all driving aids. But then fairly soon they want to evolve to one of the tuning specs we mentioned earlier to gain in performance and also gain access to the off-road parts of the map. Although you could drive with the full stock, technically you could drive with a full stock vehicle in the fields. That would just be a little bit painful.
Yeah, it's making it easier for yourself to kind of get around on the different terrains, I guess. So another question here we got from Sean Bro. This is actually a question, now I've read his question, it's something that was on my mind as well. It says, are there any different body kits in Circuit, or are the modified ones already just there for you?
So the circuit body kits are actually inspired by the endurance version of the cars that we have in the game. So whenever there is like an endurance circuit version of, let's say, the Camaro SS, we try as much as possible to be as close to what exists. Now there are other cars for which we have a circuit tuning, but when there's never really have any sort of circuit tuning. So in that case, that's a creation process within the studio.
So you created it yourself. I saw that actually, as it was demonstrated at the Lyon event. It's very cool.
So that's why actually making a car for the crew is a very long process, because we start
6 months or something.
Yeah, it's something around that. But what we do is basically we start with the full stock vehicle, and then we create those tuning kits that are completely different from the basic car.
Very interesting. So another question here is from Dengue. It says, can you customize the HUD? So maybe like putting the map on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side, or vice versa.
To be honest, I'm not the best guy to answer that question. So I know there's definitely a lot of options as far as so basically what you can do is enable or disable some parts of the user interface. For example, if you want to have the experience without the minimap, without the crew bar on the left, you can of course remove all those elements to have a clean screen. And now you can also put them back in if that's what you want. The navigation ribbon that you can have above your vehicle, that's something you can remove as well. So we have definitely a lot of flexibility in that regard, and people can really customize their HUD to their tastes.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Well,
fair enough.
so quite a possibility we might be able to move
That's
the map
basically
around as
true,
well.
of everything we do with the crew. There's definitely a lot of options, and we really want to the players to be able to customize their experience,
Flexibility,
whether
definitely.
that's for car or for user interface.
So, on to the next question. This is from Mr. Meku. It says, I already asked on the forums, but still no answer. Is so he's obviously desperately wants an answer. And he goes,
So we're here to give, answers to his prayers.
is the PS4 touchpad supported? So like the little...
So we do have some touchpad love on the PS4. So basically, what it will enable you to do is navigate through the Google Map that we have on screen on the left, actually. So whenever you are on the US map, you will be able to zoom in, zoom out by double tapping your touchpad. So zooming in, zooming out, or just going left and right.
Ah, that's cool.
So, we got another question here, this time from Duck Rolls, and this is more related to, he said, about the trading cars in games, so I'd asked you that earlier. And he said, do we have any further information about it, as he didn't watch E3 last night? So we have touched on this before, but I'll leave you to explain again.
So is the question like, can we trade
cars?
Right, so again, that's basically the same answer.
Yeah.
We are trying, it's not out of the question, but it's a really hard design process in which when you want to make sure that trading does not negatively impact the experience of any player. And I've seen the demise of so many games in the past that had wrong mechanics, and that's a road we don't want to take. So as of yet, there's we don't want players to be able to trade unless we find a way to make sure that it's completely fair for everyone.
Yeah,
They have to earn it themselves.
So for the moment, they have to earn
hardware.
it themselves,
Yes.
which is still a lot more rewarding than just giving getting the best car in the game because it was gifted by a player who grinded it for you.
Exactly.
And obviously, the in-game marketplace you see in games can cause a lot of problems in terms of unfair trading and stuff like that. So a lot of obstacles to overcome if we look into that area.
But then what I can say, is that we'll be very generous with the players that see the campaign to the end. So by the end of the campaign, they all obviously have more than a dozen vehicles to play with. So I guess that's not going to be it's not going to be hard for them if they can't really trade with others.
Fantastic. Now we've got one here from Elongo. I know him very well from Reddit, actually. He's all over the Reddit threads. And he says, will I be able to turn on and off the engine? And will the engine turn itself off after being idle for some time?
It will. And you will have, when you actually resume after, taking break, you will see, you will hear the engine start.
Fantastic.
Eric has been with us too in Lyon.
Ah, that's why then.
Yeah.
So we got another one here, and it says, will there be a monthly cost to this game?
So there will only be a monthly cost if you're playing like Xbox Live, because if you want to play online, obviously you will have to pay the Microsoft or Sony some money, but other than that there'll be no charges.
Fantastic, great news, because obviously a lot of times with these MMOs you have to spend like $8.99 a month or something to just continuously play. So another good feature there. Getting on to the last couple of questions here. SSJ13 says, can anyone tell me if this game will be releasing a public beta that anyone can join for the PS4? So we've got the closed beta announced. Will there be a open one?
Wait and see.
Wait and see. Okay. Well, we'll have to keep people waiting on that. But obviously, that's a good time to say, if you want to try to get yourself a beta key, head on over to Twitter and look around. And
exactly. So we'll be kicking off the next free ride that the community chose fairly soon, maybe in about 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, be sure to go on my Twitter. There are also some keys that are being distributed through the raffle system on Twitch. So keep looking for those giveaways while you are watching the channel.
Definitely. Now, the last question here, this is from Costas Viper. He says, do we know how long the beta will last for? Will it be just 1 day?
So we're still working out the details, so it's too early to say. But obviously, there will be plenty of time to play the game.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Well, that's it from the questions we have at the moment. We're going to go on to the free run, joining Charlie and his team. So I guess, Charlie, you're going to stay with us while...
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Well, we're going to have a look at the free run.
I think the poll was won by Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Last time.
I spent a long time there.
I think we're going to close the votes for the ongoing votes. So it was between, if I remember correctly, Road 66 and the Windmill Dirt
yes,
Track.
That was it.
I'm not sure if can we have like the Twitter on screen just to see who's winning.
There we go.
All right. So, can you guys read on the screen?
It looks like Route 66 is won by quite a way, I think.
I could have.
It's a classic.
Yeah, kind of predicted.
I could have guessed that.
It's predictable.
So it's gonna be Route 66, but for the time being, we're gonna jump straight into. Where are we? To Chicago.
Let's have a quick look.
So maybe first we're gonna have a look at that amazing satellite map that we've got.
And how accurate it is.
Okay, so maybe we can focus on Bobo. So the Bobo Demost.
That lovely BMW. It's nice.
All right, so Bobo is right now on the satellite map. Is zooming right into the 3D world, and that's how seamless the game is. And when we mean that there is no loading time, there is actually no loading time. So now they're going for a ride in Chicago. So they are going to head for a mission by the airport. So they are going to drive past the how do you call that?
What are we focusing on?
That very emblematic red grid that they have
like
above
the
their heads.
Railway bridge above it?
Exactly.
Yeah, the railroad.
The trolley rails.
I'd just say the railroad.
Oh, right. So they're going... Alright, they're dodging that skill because they don't want to do it, and they're going around, to the mission.
Now, you were saying about the airport there. We saw before when we were looking at the dirt maps how, like, the planes were flying overhead of the cars and stuff like that. Just more little bits of attention to detail that you can't help but love about the game.
So obviously, like, those guys are playing with a fully unlocked map, but when you get to play the game, there will be a fog of war that you have to basically move by exploring the locations. But what's cool about the game is that even though you haven't discovered a precise area, you can still use public transportation to go straight, from Detroit to Las Vegas.
Oh.
Yes, we did that during our test. So we took the plane to Las Vegas, and that wasn't unlocked before. And then we drove all the way back. It's very, very cool.
Very nice.
So you can go to places you haven't unlocked before.
I didn't know this before. I might have to go back and try that out.
So that mission, so this was actually a quick glance at Chicago, but that mission will send everyone to Las Vegas. So as you can see, our crew is now heading off to the sky, and we're going to catch up with them in Vegas. So they have been contacted by a character called Omar. So Omar, he's the go-to guy when you want to have a car delivered or any type of equipment, special equipment. You need.
So he's the black market dealer that can bring it all in for you, yeah?
He's there for you where you have no one to turn to. And Omar needs help, you know, with local guys that he has problem dealing with.
So we're gonna watch this unfold right now.
Exactly. So here they switch to a ride tuning kit. They're going to head off to the Red Rock Canyons that we went past earlier during the long free drive that we made from the Rockies to Las Vegas. So this one is actually an off-road portion of the Red Rock Canyons.
I'm looking forward
I've done
to
this
this
one. Have you done it?
No, I haven't done this one.
I have to. It's
And
very.
here they're about to
very
kick
nice.
off the race, so you can see Las Vegas in the background. So we are now following Bobo, driving the F-150 Raptor.
And he's already doing pretty well. He's nearly got himself into first place. Oh, he's just going to try shutting them out of the way. And I love these early little battles at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you can really take crazy shortcuts
So
here.
here, so here we are watching Matt Damon, last place. Oh no, he's making comeback. Actually, our four demoists from Ivory Tower are taking the lead.
As you would expect.
Those guys didn't rehearse. No,
So this is all just on the fly. They're going to have to get used to it.
exactly.
It's all new
They're
for them.
demonstrating their amazing driving skills on the spot.
Who's the most competitive out of your little team?
That's a trick question.
A very tricky. That's a tricky question. We have our landscape lead, so David Guillaume, who's a really competitive guy.
He hit the rock hard.
He hates to lose.
He got stuck between a rock and a hard place, see.
I really like the scenery over there.
Yeah, and again, it's just something we can't ignore. I know we keep saying it, but like, it literally is
All right,
the most
so I
visually
think they
stunning.
made it.
The lighting is also really, really good.
And look at all the dirt plastered across that car there.
Yes.
Ending
So no,
in style.
we still have more surprises too. But here I wanna focus on the reward screen. Actually, if we can have one of the stream from the players.
There we go.
I think this. Okay, it's all right. Don't worry. So we have the ending cinematic. So for each campaign mission that we have in the game, we obviously have like a proper introduction and a proper outro cinematics that ties the mission to the main story.
Storyline.
What's in New York?
You'll find out. A bientôt, Alex.
Now we're going back to New York. So here we have access to the reward screen. So as you can see, we are focusing currently on Freya, who finished 4th place. He didn't win such a good part as a result. And obviously, you know, even though it's a collaborative game, there's still a fair amount of competition between them. So here we went past the scoring board, where you can see, you know, how how their how their performance is calculated.
Yeah.
So not only do we take into account the time, you know, the road time, but we also have other factors kicking in, especially because we have system like the back on track features. So by the simple press of a button, if you get lost or if you like too much behind, you can get back into the race by pressing that button, so that you are still engaged, you know, and that you can still feel the tension of the race.
And it's so important for little parts like where you might hit a massive crash and you'll just feel like you're completely out of it. Hit that back on track button and kind of, it won't put you back in a lead, but it'll put you back at least so you know where you're going, so you can focus back on the race itself.
But it will deduct points.
Ah, there we
So
go.
of course you earn, like actually you are penalized for using that feature,
And so you should be.
and that's why, you know, that's why our scores are a little more complicated than just, you know, calculating the first place and second place. So now I have you know, an announcement to make. So as you may know, guys, we are currently live at E3.
Oh yes.
And so we have a very strong presence this year at E3. I actually can tell you that we've been nominated for the best game of the show by IGN.
Ooh, that's an impressive.
We've also been nominated by Destructoid as, you know, best racing game of the show. So we hope you guys will support us, towards these award ceremonies. And they are actually we are live on the Ubisoft booth with 2 amazing motion rigs. So if you are around LA and have nothing to do, just come and by the booth and see us. We have a presence at the Nvidia booth, who's actually outside and accessible by the public, I believe.
Oh.
And we also have pods on the Microsoft and Sony booth, where we show the game running on PS4 and Xbox One. And what I can tell you is that on all those platforms, whether that's PC, PS4 and Xbox One, the game runs at 1080p, 30
Very
FPS.
nice. Very nice. And for a game with so much going on in it, that's got to be quite a hard feat to do. Now, coming back to the awards that you just said about, like, for example, the one from IGN, how does that make you feel? Like, I bet you're super proud right now.
It's such an encouragement, I would say, for the team. So much motivation, because they are we put in piling up hours, working on this game, trying to refine it as much as possible. And it's always a huge support, when we can see our work acknowledged by others.
You deserve it.
See, there you
Absolutely.
go. And that's from a hardcore racing fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, since some of you guys can't make it to E3, what we're going to do is we're going to bring E3 to you. So now we're going to jump into some PvP races that we are, so that people can currently play live at Los Angeles.
Also, we're going live into what's happening at E3 in the game. And who are the people playing on this? Is this just some of the random people that have stepped in and decided to play? Or
Also, we will still be with our 4 guys here on the set. Obviously, on E3 we have a lot going on. So what we have is basically PvP, crew versus crew. We could only bring 4 guys here. I'm sorry. So it's gonna be free for all races, played with up to 4 players. And I think we're gonna kick off with a very technical race, which takes place in the Bayou.
Nice.
That one, I must say, is a little bit tricky. It's on dirt trails, so obviously using the dirt tuning spec. And I think the Bayou looks amazing. It's stunning.
Who's your money on to win this one?
You know what? I think it's gonna be Freya. I'm betting my money on Freya. Who are you in for?
Pressure's on for Freya.
Freya is the one with German blood.
That's gonna propel him to like Michael Schumacher kind of stardom for the crew. See, I'm gonna go and vote for Mr. Matt Damon, as you keep calling him.
Matt Damon, yeah. But this guy has no style. He ripped off his car from the Fast and Furious movie. I don't wanna.
That's
support
fine with
that
me.
kind
That's
of,
fine with me.
Okay.
You can't hate on Fast and Furious, man. That's going to be a lot of people's inspiration for making their
I wonder what
cars.
they're going to do next. Because last time I checked, they basically wrecked a plane with cars.
Yep.
So what are they going next?
Spaceship. Like we might have just given them an option.
That's the next step.
Spaceship.
All right, so we're kicking off the race. So those guys are going to get started. So it's going to be 4 player, free for all, PvP.
Hopefully we can go in game right now. There we go.
Yes.
So we're just looking at more. So it's a free-for-all PvP race.
Yeah.
Who are we with right now? We're with Freya, who's
All
actually
right,
in the lead.
Freya in
Look
the
at
lead
that.
with the Nissan 370Z.
This is the car I started with, and it was my favorite.
That's my favorite car.
Yeah,
in the
my
game.
favorite
I love
as
it. It's so agile.
It's such a good all-rounder
It's
for
a
me.
bit heavy on the back, but if you can overcome that specificity, then it's all fun.
Chris, what about
So
you?
here you have like sort of those that bridges. Oh, that guy fell off.
Next to the bridge.
Dangerous bridges, these.
I like drift cars too, when you can drift yourself.
So who's in the lead right now? I think we've got
So
Freya
that
in
one
the
is
lead
a Dodge Ram, but it's heavily modified. Oh, again.
Someone's not staying on this track very well. They're all laughing to each other right now.
It's a tricky
And we still
trick.
got quite a few.
Trees!
Ooh. You gotta be careful of those trees. And he
Trees
used the
are
back on track we just talked about.
That's what he just did.
So you got to see it. You got to see the back on track. Come on, Nissan. Freya's lagging behind now. He went from first to third.
And maybe he will catch up.
And it's so important to use the boosts at the right time as well.
So what you want to do, you know, if you really want to use it the right way, is basically in straight lines where you can unload the whole bar in one shot.
So what do you think of this? Because I see a lot of people trying to kind of, they might get a corner too slow and then boost themselves off that. Is that a good style?
Yeah, that's a good, like, I mean, if you're sort of drifting away from the road, it's something that can set you back on the straight line. So it is something that you can do to basically compensate for your mistakes.
I won. You won. My choice won.
No, seriously?
Yeah. See you later. We're a team. We can do this.
Boo boo. Won.
Freya let you down, man.
I would have put a nickel on this guy.
Well, see, we should have bet for real money. I would have been in the wins.
So for the next one, it's popular demand on the chat. So we're gonna focus. It's gonna be all eyes on Freya for the next one. So the next one is gonna be in New York. Actually, I had a lot of people asking me to show some New York footage. So the next PvP race is gonna be downtown, so New York in Manhattan.
I like that a lot.
It's called the Race for Liberty.
Very nice.
And we're going to focus on Freya, who's going to drive in cockpit view.
You're gonna put a lot of pressure on him.
In hardcore mode.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that guy is the real deal.
You sure you don't want to choose Matt Damon because he did a lot better last time?
For those, I mean, we have to explain what hardcore mode is.
Yeah. By
default, you know, we have sort of a sweet spot between arcade handling and hardcore simulation racing. Yep. But what you can do, obviously, you can customize your experience. So you can choose to turn all the assistance off and have a go, you know, with the cars, with the real physics handling model.
So a bit for the kind of the more experienced racers like Chris, and then for, say, me, who's not such an experienced racer.
I love it.
So Chris, did you have a time you like to play in hardcore mode when you were at the studio?
Yes, I have actually tried all modes. I started with full assist, as that was the default setting, but I switched quickly to sport mode because I liked it with the controller. But right now I play with hardcore.
Just for the audience, sport is sort of an in-between between the default arcade and the hardcore simulation.
I think
stuff.
It's like a simcade handling, you can call it that. And hardcore is sim-like, but it's not really sim. It has a bit more grip, I think. And you can get away with a bit more than in a real sim. You can make massive jumps. You can drive through objects.
We're very nice people.
giving us a lot of fun.
They're very generous.
It's gonna be a very. Let's jump to the game because we have that very good.
There's a nice view right now, just the beginning.
We're about to kick off the race. So, alright, so this is Freya, hardcore mode, driving the 370 in cockpit view. If he wins that race, I could dance on the set.
So, everyone was asking you to dance before. If Freya went up, look, he's not doing too well again, he's back to third. I don't know, someone in chat was just like, oh, let's see him dance. But I think it's because last time when we did it, we had, who danced for us? Was it, I can't remember. It was one of your developers last
Claudio?
time. Did a little dance. No, it wasn't. I know Claudio. It wasn't him. It was.
It's all right.
That's gonna annoy me. We're gonna have to.
So you
find
know what?
out.
I'm starting to get a little bit worried because Freya is
last.
Actually, not that far behind.
You're saying
woo.
Nice
okay.
catch.
I have a smile on my face.
You've put too much pressure on him.
We're sticking with you, Freya. Make us proud.
You put a lot of pressure on this guy.
So, but guys, don't make it easy for him.
I don't think they are.
Okay, let's switch to third person. Let's see a little more of the city.
Woo. Oh, that was a notch. You saw that?
Came very close.
So he's driving the Pagani Huayra.
I really like.
Guys,
that,
I'm not dancing if you're making that easy for him.
It's not an easy car.
So as you can see, it's a lot more demanding when you take corners.
Big time.
All those small bumps that you take when you go on the side streets, they will directly impact the handling of your car.
So it
And
pays,
look how
it
far.
pays
So
off
here you have to
uh,
pay attention before taking corner to brake the right way, and you have to anticipate your next move.
And he's still a second and a half behind, and he's
You
got
have
a
to drive
few
clean.
more checkpoints.
So you can see the beautiful bay.
The skyline.
Oh, he's catching up massively now.
Alright, I'm
Come
getting
on,
worried.
Frail. And look at the speed he's getting right now on these
Please don't let
straights.
him win. Please
These
don't let him win.
straights.
I don't want to dance.
I think you might have to dance. We can see the finish in forward.
Yes, yes.
Freya's just
Oh,
caning
no,
the
that's
straight.
cheating.
Way!
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
So
No, you guys play dirty. I'm not doing this.
no, you can't lie to us. You have to do it now.
They have to lead by
They
example.
obviously set me up.
Come on, guys, get him to dance.
set
Get
me
him to
up.
dance.
It has to be true. It has to be genuine. You know, we don't fake anything.
But we knew Freya wasn't going to win anyway. They
Okay.
had to let him to do that.
All right. So I think so. We had a quick look at the hardcore mode. I don't know what the next race is. All right. So we're going in the Rockies. So
Oh,
we're going
nice.
in the snow.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
what I like to see the scenery of that.
So this time, you know, we're gonna be nice with Freya. He can switch back to arcade because, you know, to tell you about the snow, driving in hardcore mode.
I
on
have done
snow,
that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
mean-
I don't think I'd stay on the track personally.
I can't do it.
Yeah, see.
It's for
How
the
do you find it, Chris?
most experienced
Ah.
drivers out there.
It's even if you are experienced driver, it's really hard to get in the snow on hardcore, especially with the powerful car. It's really
But much
crazy.
like it would be in real life, obviously.
Yeah, but that's nice. It should be like that.
Ah.
And what I want to say about the handling mode, the full assist is also really suitable for people who are not very experienced racers, because everybody can race it from a little kid. You can have a lot of fun also with the full assist mode.
So we're just gonna wait
Is
to
it-
get him ready in the game here. So the last race in the snow. Who
So
do you think's gonna take this one?
You know what? I think it's gonna be you, Crony. He's
I'm glad you didn't say Freya this time.
yeah. I'm going for the old school guy. So we're gonna have this race, and then we're gonna have another one after it.
Oh no, I'd heard in my other one. This will be the last race.
Oh, this is gonna be the last race.
I
We
think-
can have another one, but if we don't have time, then we go.
If
on.
we got time, we'll hit another one and we'll keep going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's see the snow.
Off piste.
And this view is so good.
Or you can go skiing with your car there.
Put some skates on it, it'll be fine.
It looks so good.
Look at that, guys. Now, whose car looks best equipped for this? Let's have a quick look.
So I would go for the heavy car.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I would go with the medium weight car. I think going for like the for something heavy would actually be, impede you on the
Ooh.
snow. Whoa!
Completely taken out by that tree there. And the thing is, with this snow, you've
So you
got to
see-
really look for the checkpoints
For example,
because you can't see the road.
So here we can see the roof, 400K.
Mm-hmm.
So on the right hand side of the screen, and that's probably what I would have gone for, but since he got involved in a terrible tree crash, he's now last place.
And that's a nice car to drive. The roof, did you drive it?
No.
Did you drive it already?
No, I haven't driven this at all yet. Problem for me is that I'm doing this stuff so much, I didn't have
Alright,
too much
there's
time to play.
a little bit of fight for the first place right here. So you see, my money is on you, Crony, driving the black. It's probably the old Camaro. It's probably the Camaro 69, modded with the raid tuning spec.
Raid spec.
And it's crazy how different they look.
Exactly. So again, buying a car as the crew gives you access to so many possibilities that it makes it really enjoyable.
I'm liking Freya's paint job though.
Yeah.
That was a nice.
But he knows the way. You see that?
Yeah, big time.
I think they've been practicing that.
And what I'm saying about the snow race is like you can't generally see other than the checkpoints where you're going, which leads for such a. I remember when I was leading.
Oh, playing dirty.
That's nice. That's dirty dancing.
Straight into the
Oh.
tree. Straight into the tree. And this is why I like the off-roading.
That must be such a disappointment for him. He was leading the whole time, and he got beaten right at the end.
And he's only got a few seconds
Yeah.
to finish this. He's massively behind.
So you have about
Freya is on a
13
winning streak.
30 seconds before the timer runs out.
It's gonna be close. We'll make it.
Hey.
So I think Freya is on a winning streak right here.
Looks good too.
So we're going to see one more race, I believe. And do we know what race it's going to be now?
Did we tell about like the next destination that people could go for?
No, we said about we're gonna see Route 66 next, but we didn't say anything else.
So we're gonna we should launch the next vote.
Yeah, what are we doing for the next vote?
So the
then?
next vote is gonna be between Miami.
I like Miami.
So
I like Miami a
the
lot.
Keys, Miami Keys,
Yep.
or some more gameplay in Manhattan.
Ooh. See, I think there's a lot of people that want to see Manhattan, but
Yeah.
I really like Miami. Miami's a great view. Who would you go for, Chris?
I liked Miami too. I've been in New York with the crew, but the Miami is really nice. You can do the run where the Scarface movie was taken.
yeah.
With the
So yeah, remember guys to follow us on Twitter and retweet the one destination that you want us to go next.
And don't forget as well that we'll be picking one of the people that retweet this and making them give them special access to a beta key as well. So it's important to get on Twitter, put your votes in, and obviously see the location that you want next as well.
Oh.
So, what a race!
So
are we
just to
gonna
let
see
you know,
next
guys,
from
we
these
still
guys?
have so we will be giving away 30 beta keys today and 30 more tomorrows.
So
So
many.
last time I checked, we still had 15 left.
Wow.
So there's still, be
Still-
sure to
Still plenty of
retweet
time.
and
Still plenty
participate.
of time. And don't worry, guys. If you don't win any today, as he just said, we can have 30 more tomorrow, which is tons and tons. So, do we know what race we're going to have next from these guys?
Do we have time for one extra
Yeah,
race?
we're going to have
Cool.
one more race before we go to
Let's
a break
go for
and bring
it.
on the next crew battle. So I
Guys,
believe that-
where are we going next? All right, so that
Ah.
one's gonna be
Nice,
interesting.
nice.
nice.
It's gonna be a circuit race. So those guys are gonna blaze the streets of Miami.
that's right. That's
Daytona. What am I saying?
So can you tell us a little bit more about the tracks in the crew?
So yeah, we do have some license circuits. I wouldn't be the one who knows them by heart, but obviously it's something that we pay attention to make sure that if you will find some licensed track on the crew that you can drive and that are faithfully reproduced to their real world counterpart.
So, with that taken into account, how much harder was it to replicate these kind of circuits? Because they are pretty specific.
It's we are lucky to have it's very specific, but there are also a lot of documentation on them. So it's actually easier to when you actually focus on one element.
Yeah. And I guess,
But it's nice to have real licensed tracks in the crew.
yeah, definitely, and just adding more to the realism of the whole game.
Exactly.
So here you can see that we switched to the south region. So palm trees all over the place, bleached sky,
Yeah, nice and sunny.
nice and sunny.
And look at this
Not
chaos
what
at the
we've got in
beginning.
Paris today, but anyway. So those guys are driving circuit cars. So circuits, endurance, so they are close to endurance, the vehicles that you have in endurance races. So they go fast, they brake really hard.
Some tight corners on it, but as we're seeing them, they're taking us every shortcut possible. And Freya's got himself in last position. Oh, and that's quickly changing over.
Ah, they try to take each other out. You see that?
Yeah, I think when it's getting this close and right down to the wire, they're going to be pushing just against everything and doing anything they can to win. Look at Freya here, boosting his way. Woo! And he's just sliding them out the way. And look how close it is between first and second. No! Freya gets spun out. And they might have done both of themselves out of that. Yeah, look at that. Someone just heads straight past them.
Alright, so although those guys are going at above 200 kilometers per hour, you can see that our pedestrians are very agile.
They run at incredible speeds. They're not going to be hit.
They have the sixth sense.
We described it last time as like Matrix-style movements. I literally tried for
I call that the ancient art of evasion.
Yeah. We're going to go with that. The ancient art of evasion. I like that. I literally spent about 5-10 minutes trying to hit pedestrians, and I couldn't hit anyone. These guys have the best evasion techniques ever.
I still try to evade.
Oh! Straight into the back.
I still try to evade them myself every time, but it's not needed. They're so quick. I like the looks of that one too.
Freya's just bolting it right now, and these straight roads.
The Lamborghini looks really, really cool.
So Freya is now is officially the safe bet.
Bait, yeah, he will be bait. Maybe he will be bait.
He will be bait.
You might have just jinxed him there. And whoever that was in the yellow just spun out completely.
Oh, that looks so good. Coming next.
So
right.
we're going to look at the customized contest again.
So that's it for the PvP races, but be sure to tune in tomorrow as we'll have some more to show you in different locations.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, Charlie. It's been brilliant once again, and obviously thank you for your team as well for taking part in all of this, giving us a little bit more of a taster on the crew. So right now, guys, we're going to go over to the customization contest. We're going to have a little look at more of the videos and the way that you can vote for your favorite customized team. Now, the customization contest is obviously being held on our facebook.com/route909. If you go onto the little gallery pages we have there, you can just head on over, look at all the 8 designs, and have a look at all of them. So that way you can just decide which one you like and like that one, and that'll be your vote completed. I think at the moment it's still Saga who are well in the lead for that. So we'll be bringing that right up next after just a couple of minutes break, I believe. Maybe not.